What is up, guys? This is a new show that I'm kicking off, calling it Empty Backfield with me, Mike Hilly. This is going to be a show where I am just going to talk directly with chat, right? So, chat, Max Nikolenko, the first guy in here, and I couldn't have it any other way, Max. Welcome. So, this is going to be a show where I literally just talk to chat. It's going to be me and you, and we're going to talk about the Browns. We're going to talk about, a whole bunch of stuff that we saw in the game. I'm going to give you my impressions, talking head type video. Ray, how's it going? We are multi-streaming on YouTube, on Twitch, and on Periscope. There we go. So we're live right there. Boom. So now we're live on Twitch. At least Streamlabs tells me we are. So this is going to be a little bit. This is the first show. So we're going to be going, we're just going to be doing it kind of impromptu. I'm going to change some settings. I want that chat to stay up there a little bit. I want to hear from you guys. Like, what do you guys think of that game yesterday? I mean, I am still on cloud nine thinking about that game yesterday. All day I've been emotionally drained. I was going off like no sleep. And it has just been an absolute wild one. Look at my visual settings here. Font setting. Yeah, font settings are okay. Woo! It is unreal, Max. It is just so fantastic. Let's go. Best part of yesterday was my mom, 62-year-old Filipino lady, laughing at Big Ben crying. I love it. I think that's unbelievable. I was crying myself. I don't know if you guys saw that, but I was crying quite a bit. Best win since I've been a fan in the mid-'80s. I can't agree more, man. Ryan, what a great freaking win. Good win on Kansas City. Yep. Kansas City is going to be pretty wild, you know. Braden, what's going on, man? Doing really well. I agree. It was amazing. It was so great watching it. I got to watch the game with my dad, who's texting with Restano and Ellis from Orlando and a whole bunch of friends. Mark, how's it going, Mark Schoen? You know what I got to do? I got to add the ticker in the bottom. So this is a first run at Empty Backfield, guys. So we're gonna be optimizing along the way. What do you think the Browns will have to shift for their matchup against the Chiefs? They're not going to be able to get away with that lapse in third quarter like they did against the Steelers. It's going to be really tough. We're gonna be at full strength. Yeah, Tacey's going to be tough. I agree, Chosen. It's going to be Adrian. It's going to be. We have to play that first quarter against the Steelers the whole game. We played the first and second quarter against Tennessee, and the third and fourth we kind of went back into prevent and let them back in the game. Kansas City can score in a minute every time. They're that good. So if we go into prevent defense, which is tough because you kind of have to a degree when you're up. Mary, what's going on? When you're up by that much, you can't. You have to play a lot of defensive backs because they're going to pass. So it's not necessarily just prevent. Prevent is like when you go back, everybody's back 15 yards. And you don't want to give them a quick score, right? That's prevent. That wasn't necessarily what we did. Live on Monday, what's happening, bro? Yeah, Kyle, this is going to be a new show. Empty Backfield, just you, chat, and me. Because I know during the games and during the pregame shows, the postgame shows, the Wednesday show, when we get off on tangents, it's very difficult for me to interact directly with the chat. And I wanted to have a show where I talk just directly with you guys. There's going to be some changes coming up. I'm live on Twitch. I'm on YouTube and on Periscope. I believe I'm live on Periscope. I haven't checked. But there's going to be some really cool stuff happening. Periscope is actually going away, and Twitter is creating a new platform called like Twitter. What is it? Twitter Super Broadcaster or something like that, or Twitter Live. And Twitter Live, right? So, and it's going to be able to be monetized. So, which is fantastic for me because my biggest audience is on Twitter, bigger than YouTube. So it's really good. Let me get back here. I got to try to make this chat a little bit bigger because I can't read it. My eyes don't work as good. So Adrian, going back to your question, we're going to have to play 4 quarters of football, 4 complete quarters. Everybody's going to have to be healthy, and we'll see if we're capable of that. And that's what you have to do to win the Super Bowl anyway. You have to play 4 complete quarters. You can't fall asleep for a quarter or 2, because there are teams out there that are better than Pittsburgh, that are better than Tennessee, that are going to do it. And the Chiefs, if we get past them, guys, we are in massively uncharted territory. We are in danger zone. And there's two magical words. That bowl game, it would be coming into somewhat of a clear view. Casey's gonna be tough. We can play well. Ryan Berlow, that shot of Ben on the bench after the game has got to be a meme already. Yeah, it totally has been. Keep Mahomes off the field, says Chosen Cartel. Yes, that's absolutely something we're gonna have to do. Braden, for us to win, we have to have great running game. Their run defense is subpar. And we have to expose that. Yeah, but even with subpar defense, look at the Jets. I mean, even with really bad defense, I mean, if you just stack the box with 10 guys, it's gonna be difficult. So we're gonna have to be like really, really keying in on misdirection and play action and stuff, which is going to open stuff up. But the good thing is we're not a one-dimensional team. We can do a lot of different things. Greetings from Malaysia, by the way. Adrian, greetings. Malaysian Browns fans, I love it. Mary, on Cloud 9, would like to have heard more positive Browns talk today from the media versus Pittsburgh. Who cares with the media? They're idiots. Whale, Yasin, bring on the Rusty Chiefs and their D. Their fans should check with the Steelers to get ready to get ready psychologically. That's crazy because Pat Mahomes hasn't played in a couple of weeks. A lot of their team has not played in a couple of weeks. They had their JV team in the last game of the season and lost. So, as Ellis in Orlando says, if they bleed, if they can be cut, they can bleed, and if they bleed, they can be beat. Live on Monday, what's happening? Most needed position for the Browns when the offseason happens, Ray asks. Linebacker, safety, cornerback depth. Those are the defense, all defense. Kevin Johnson and Denzel will be back. That's fantastic. Denzel is a difference maker, says Buckeye Browns. Xander, I heard the Chiefs' run defense isn't very good. Do you think we're going to see a lot more Chubb and Hunt like early in the season? Again, we got to take that with a grain of salt, guys. It's easier. Even the Jets have a terrible defense, and we were basically unable to run against them. So if our offensive line is back, if Conklin is back, I know Conklin's going to be doing everything possible. And the hamstring is unfortunately one of those things that you can't really take a shot for and just be out there at 100%. But Conklin's a warrior, and if he can go, he's going to go. And if we have our full offensive line with Jedrick, with Batonio, Treader, Wyatt Teller, and Conklin, holy shit, look out. Hope the Browns will pump it up next game. By the way, Mike Kamusta. I don't know what Kamusta means, Neil, but I appreciate being here. Jake the Snake, what's up? I think Big Ben should retire now. He might. I don't think he wants to go out like that, but their team is a mess. And what is it? Was their center Pouncey, or whatever his name is? I think he might retire. That's what I heard. Mark Schoen, best going to work with all Steelers fans. Yeah, man. I actually feel bad. I work with a Steelers fan, and I really feel bad for him. Bro, you can't beat the Chiefs, man, says Brandon. Okay. They said we couldn't beat the Steelers either. Kyle, did you see the Browns making a game on Sunday? To me, we already won the Super Bowl on Sunday. Adrian, Garrett and Ward are going to have to keep the short yardage passes from Mahomes' average. Then he can do it. I am deathly afraid of Kelsey and Tyreek Hill. Kelsey is a killer. Caught over 100 balls. He's the best wide receiver who doesn't play wide receiver in the NFL. He is an absolute animal. He's a Hall of Famer. Maybe best tight end ever to play the position. And that's saying a lot. Travis Kelce is a serial killer. So we have to be careful about that guy. And, if we get beat by Mark Andrews, which we get beat quite a bit, it's scary. Dude, love the elf. Need that hat, man. Yeah, this is a dope hat. I like it. It's growing on me. Chiefs last 6 or 7 have been a TD or less. Right, they can be beat. Jake the Snake, we almost fell asleep at the wheel yesterday. Man, when what's his face? When Mike Tomlin decided to punt on that 4th down, holy hell, guys. He led us right back into the game. Chiefs last 7 or 8 have been TD or less. Yes. Fact. Chiefs last 5 games decided by touchdown or left, says Braden. I agree. Ryan, we can do it. Believeland. Mad I can't watch. Kind of mad I can't watch Ohio State. Kyle, why can't you watch Ohio State? Tariq Hill is too good. Yes, Tariq Hill is also a serial killer. He's scary. Browns versus Raven AFC Championship. What? I've actually been a Browns fan since Madden 07. When I didn't know much about the game, but my then girlfriend, superstar model, drafted me there, and I sort of fell in love with them from there. Warts and all. Awesome, dude. We all have our own story about how we became Browns fans. Browns fan living in Houston, says Matt Paul. Welcome, Houston. Did you see what Claypool said against us, against the Chiefs? Yes, I did. He's a dumbass. You know, saying that our defensive backs were fish, and dude, it was our 6th. These guys shouldn't even be on the field. Congratulations, Claypool. You scored touchdowns against guys, who should be in the XFL. I think we can win against Kansas City if we play like we did. I agree, Captain Salty Boy. I think we can. I think if you're in it, you can get there. Run the ball, prevent Mahomes from getting the ball. Fill him here. Xander, Denzel versus Tariq Hill. Can't wait. Yeah, thank God. Thank God Denzel back for that. Kyle Lou, Claypool said we're going to get wrecked on TikTok. I hate that guy. I don't hate him, but I mean, I just hate what they're saying. Why are they talking? Shut up. You lost, right? Whale says, how the Kareem Hunt factor is going to be a factor in this game. Yeah, Kareem Hunt's going to be a big factor. He's motivated. He's going back home. The team that cut him loose, he wants to stick it to them. I know they have a lot of love for Kareem Hunt in Kansas City. They were pissed off about how he exited, but I mean, they have a lot of respect for him. Yes, Jake, what an idiot. He has to run it. That's the way to win. Mike, so this is from Cruise Up. Mike, as a Browns fan, would you prefer to beat the Bills or Ravens in a hypothetical AFC final? Ravens. If we could beat them. But I don't know. I'd probably rather play the Bills, honestly. But I'd rather beat the Ravens. Adrian, do you think digging deep like the Giants did the Pats a dozen years ago is going to help unsettle Mahomes' game, or do you think he has enough weapons to pull it out from the rut? Pat Mahomes is going to go down in history as the greatest quarterback ever. So he has the weapons. So it's scary, right? He's a very scary guy. Kevin Stefanski has solidified Coach of the Year. I mean, yeah, probably. He's got my vote. Kyle Duffield, we killed the Steelers dynasty. I love it. Hold on, I'm going to switch over. No, when I get down to it, I'll switch over to multi-chat. Makes it easier. All right, so we killed the dynasty. Brownie postgame, new show, Mike, says Aura. Yeah, this is just going to be a live me chatting with you guys. No guest, no interview, nobody else, just me in the chat. Because I feel really bad. Like, we haven't been able to talk because we get into these conversations and stuff like that. We read a lot of what you say, and we laugh about a lot of what you say when you guys are sitting there making funny comments, but we don't get to interact with you. So I want to be able to interact with you, and here's the opportunity. Let's go Browns, baby, says Drew. KC defense is not strong. We should be able to keep up with them. Says Max. I hope so. Drew says, I have a Browns elf shirt. Yeah, the Browns elf is dope. Got this Browns elf Tervis. This is cool. I got that as a Christmas present. The Monday show. Yes, the Monday Empty Backfield with Mike Kelly. I forgot about Tariq Hill. Mahomes really does have an arsenal, doesn't he? Yes, he does. The punt saved. That punt did save us. That punt made it possible. I mean, they had us by the jugular. They had us by the jugular, didn't he? And he just took his foot off the gas. We were dying at that point. We were dying. And they could do nothing but catch balls. They were doing awesome. My dad watched the game this morning. He has seen it with all this team. Never seen him so happy watching a game. It was special. Yep. My dad and I had a good time watching it, although I was very much on edge. Browns, please beat the Chiefs, as Chirpy. Kelsey and Hill will destroy defense. These guys are scary. Plus Mahomes, says Neil. If we beat Kansas City Super Bowl bound, Claypool is not good overall. I don't disagree, Max. Chiefs have not been great this season. Brett Coleman has a good video about this. I got to check that out. Adrian, it'd be a hell of a story if Hunt ran for 200, carried the Browns. That'd be awesome. Drew, became a Browns fan when my dad bought me a Baker shirt in 2018 when he was a rookie before the season started. And some of my relatives live in Ohio. That's awesome, Drew. Awesome. Welcome to the Browns hood. You're coming in at the right time. Claypool celebrating a touchdown was ridiculous. It was ridiculous and hilarious. I agree, Mary. What a ridiculous dude. I bet Stefanski makes Hunt their team captain next week. That would be a good idea. Chosen Cartel, that's awesome. We'll see. I'd rather play the Chiefs, says Mr. Bisif. That's a better matchup. Okay. We'll see on my Facebook, my friends. I'm friends with so many Pittsburgh fans. Was laughing so hard at them when they all were messaging me saying the Browns were going to lose. Jake, that's awesome, dude. Hunt and Mahomes love each other. Yeah, they do. They're like brothers. They want to beat his brother. Mad respect for both of them. Yeah, I agree. I think they have a lot of respect for each other, especially going back to that one crazy game that they played, Oklahoma versus Texas Tech in college. That 28-0 quarter is in the history books. Yep. I was telling my dad, I'm like, we are witnessing history. This is going to go down as one of the best games ever. And I watched the highlight that was on YouTube with the whole game, and I was like, this is just freaking awesome. What's the early line in KC? I think it's 7 or 8. Next to Ben Tears Jar, says Mr. Bisif. Xander, do you think the Steelers keep Big Ben around next season, or do they go a different direction? I think they're going to take a massive cap hit if they let him go. And they got to pay him a lot of money. So if he wants to, he'd have to retire and leave the money on the table, and he's probably not going to do that. Dude's probably coming back. Kansas City, they're -10. Holy crap. Wow. How can they be -10 against the Browns, who are going to be at full strength, just beating the Steelers the way we did? People in Vegas are crazy. Adrian, I just don't want to get ahead of myself to have my heart broken. I mean, being heartbroken, it's what being a Browns fan is all about. Rather take it one game at a time, and if the team makes the Super Bowl, even win it, I consider it a success. Yeah, I think I would too, dude. I consider this season a massive success so far. Getting into the playoffs is 1. Winning in the playoffs is 2. Beating the Chiefs would be insane. Ryan Burlow, wow, -10. Yeah, that's almost like that's crazy. I don't think that they're gonna beat the doors off of us. Michael Dunn and Kendall Lamb are surprisingly impressive. Other than Kendall Lamb comes in and instantly gets a BS penalty called on him. I don't think that was holding. He just kind of landed on the guy. It was a BS holding call. Close, LOL, isn't it? Says Ray. Max, double doink. Cody was dude. Cody Parkey Max was awesome. Awesome. And that was one of my keys to victory yesterday. It was turnovers and special teams execution, and we did them both. Boom, won the game. Big Ben is done, says Kyle. 10 points. Still no respect to the Browns. Good. We got nothing to lose then. We got nothing to lose. Big Ben, 10 points, no respect. Cody was great. Bet with the Browns. Love getting 10 points. Yeah, getting 10 points is crazy. I was never scared even after you had the maximum back. Blah, blah, blah. Pay Baker. All right, I'm going to move over to... oh, that's so much easier to read. Thank God. Okay, moving over to my multi-chat, my multi-stream. In case anybody's coming over from Twitch or anything like that. Pay Baker. Yes, best impact. I agree. We're going to have to pay the dude. You should use Super Chat. You put a lot of good content out there, man. Yeah, Cart's chosen. I can't. The channel I can't monetize. There was something we did wrong when we created the channel, and I can't get in touch with anybody at YouTube to be able to turn on Super Chats. It drives me crazy. Like, I've reached out to so many people, and they're like, yeah, we can't help you. And I'm like, I don't understand. But now we have 4,000 subscribers. We have 4,000. I think that's pretty awesome. So 4,000 subscribers. We get a lot of live viewers. We had 734 live viewers yesterday, which is the biggest thing ever. Sucks. But this new Twitter thing, this new live Twitter, is going to be big. And that's honestly where my biggest audience is anyway. So they'll just have to get used to me actually talking to them and not putting out memes and stuff. Best impact. If we would have a defense, I believe we would win the Super Bowl. Who knows though? I mean, we've been playing with one hand tied behind our back for a while with COVID. So as long as nobody's testing positive, we could be in good shape. How about that first TD of the game though? That was insane. Yes, Jarvis, going up the field like that was awesome. I loved it, Jake. Adrian, I have to admit I was wrong about Nick Chubb. Right now, he looks like the reincarnation of Marshall Faulk. I've had my doubts about him being able to shift gears last year. I've fully taken the L there. I don't know how you could ever doubt Nick Chubb, man. Nick Chubb is amazing. Pay Chubb. Chubb's going to get a lot of money. Baker's going to make a lot of money. They're going to get big, big deals. That was a bummer, man. I was watching Quincy stack some paper last night after the W. Yeah, that's cool. I love the fact that Quincy's making money on here. I am a huge Quincy Carrier fan. He's helped my channel. He invites me on his channel quite a bit. He's one hell of he's just a great human being. He makes great content. His commentary. I mean, I will give it up to myself here. I was one of the first Quincy Carrier subscribers and Patreons. So I'm a huge Quincy Carrier fan. If you guys aren't subscribed to him, please do. 4th and 1 punt to the Steelers, had the best chance of success, and they had no run game. Every short yardage they've played, short pass, Tomlin went to with his defense. Holding could have worked. Defense holding, yeah, could have. Who knows? Thanks for your time, brother. Go Browns. Well, yes, go Browns. If anybody's here and you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Help us get to 5,000. 5,000. Let's keep growing. Maybe when we get to 10 or 15 or 20,000, maybe they'll give us another chance to monetize. Who knows? There's other ways to monetize though. There's Patreon. You guys can support us there. There's merch on the browniepostname.com. There's a whole bunch. There's donations. You can do whatever you want. There's ways to monetize. It's not the end of the world. Best impact. We do have a defense. We just need them to stop chasing butterflies. Nick Chubb is Batman, says Kyle. Best impact. We concede 30 every game, even when we create turnovers. Yeah. It's tough. It's really tough, though. Impact. It's tough when you get up so big. You kind of have to play softer defense because you're not necessarily just playing against the team. You're playing against the clock at that point. And every play that takes off 30 seconds is it inching you 1 percentage point closer to winning. You can't give them quick scores. And then when you get it down to third down, you got to stop on third down and not give them a close fourth to go for it. And then on fourth, you got to execute. We had them 4th and 10 on their goal on our own goal line, and Ben got a touchdown. I mean, that's the problem. It's we weren't playing prevent, we were playing soft, and I think that kind of makes sense. Hucknar says you're on Discord. Your show's got me on the Browns bandwagon. Thanks, dude. I don't know if Dan, if you're watching. Their defense is real liability. Let me message him. Live right now. Bama look like they're about to score the first touchdown. Oh, that's probably what's going on. First quarter Ohio State game, 0-0. I'll watch it in the second half. I'm not an Ohio State fan. I went to Virginia Tech, so I have respect for Ohio State, but I'm not an Ohio State fan. So, I mean, the game is interesting, but it's not like I have to watch it. I typically don't watch the big bowl games just because my team is never in it anymore. Quincy's really good at being subjective, too. He tries to not be biased when doing film breakdown. So does Ingraven. Ingraven's awesome, man. He's been so nice to me. And, for a Ravens fan, inviting me on his show to give commentary, talking to me on Twitter, talking to me, he comes into my chat. I have nothing but respect for that guy. Ingraven is a really good guy and one of the good Ravens fans. I'll give him that. So if you go on videos talking KC Browns game, so far all Kansas City fans think they're going to win 40-20 or something and blow out against us. Good. Let them think that, Aura. Good. I'm sure the Steelers thought that as well. The players, the fans, their preparation. They obviously didn't take us seriously, thinking they were just going to roll over us. And then from the second that they spotted us, those 7 points in the beginning, they were crapping their pants. Wait, what is this? Pre-game, post-game, Wednesday and Monday now? Yeah, this is going to be the new one, CH. So this is going to be one where I just talk directly to you, the fans. No guests, no nothing, just me talking to you, answering your questions, and interacting directly with the fans is kind of the idea of this. Because I just felt bad. I was like, we don't get to interact with you guys enough. I see you guys interacting with each other in chat, and a lot of times I want to get involved, but we can't because we're talking, we're having conversations. It's tough to like cut somebody off and then say, hey, let me answer this question, unless there's like a cut in the conversation, and that's not super fun. So I wanted to have a show where I talk directly to you. You're not watching the game. Nope, not watching the game. I'm watching the scores. It looks like Alabama just scored. I don't know how they scored. It's not on the stat sheet yet. How did Alabama score? V-Tech's good in my opinion. Well, it used to be back when I was there. I was at Virginia Tech back in the Michael Vick era. So long time ago. Aura. Yep, could be another game when we're overlooked. Yes, I agree. CH, are we thinking Denzel is going to be healthy enough to shadow Hill the whole game? See, I don't think Denzel's like a shadow guy. I think because he doesn't always shadow their top receiver like we used to do with like Joe Hayden back in the day. I don't know. Maybe that's what the game plan is. Who knows? But it also depends on how healthy Denzel is, because if Denzel really got hit by COVID like Miles did and he can't breathe, that's not going to be a problem. Mike Unplugged may have been a good name. Mike Unplugged, but I'm plugged. That's why I like Empty Back. I thought Empty Backfield was cool because we keep doing these Empty Backfield set, where Baker's just out there on his own, no running backs, just him on an island. That's kind of how I felt. That was the vision for this show. Denzel can grow up with this stock if he's locked on Hill. Yeah. Why not? Yeah, I think pretty sure healthy Denzel would be on Hill every snap. Maybe. We'll see. I think I would have liked to seen Denzel on Claypool last night, and Claypool's going to be good. The Steelers are going to be, even if let's say Ben retires. Depends on how he's affected by COVID. Everyone, you're right, Aura. I think that Pittsburgh's going to be in kind of interesting shape. So Pittsburgh's going to have to possibly go out and find another quarterback. And if that's the case, good luck, guys, because the quarterback pool is hit or miss. Maybe they can go out and snag that Heineke kid, or maybe they get, into a situation where they go out and grab Matt Stafford or trade for Deshaun Watson. I mean, if I'm the Steelers, I'm looking to replace Ben sooner than later. Mason Rudolph ain't gonna do it. Dobbs ain't gonna do it. Duck Hodges ain't gonna do it. You can't go. Ben Roethlisberger is a Hall of Fame quarterback. He's a Hall of Famer, and to be able to find Hall of Fame quarterbacks is very rare. And they fell ass backwards into that guy. So, but Ben was the first Josh Allen. He was the first guy who was just so big that they're like, I don't care if he can hit the wide side of a barn. Nobody can tackle him because he's giant and he's got a monster arm. So we're just gonna make it work with him. And he wasn't asked to do very much early on. Ben Roethlisberger was not asked to do very much more than hand the ball off to Jerome Bettis for a couple years, and then came into it. And if anybody plays fantasy, you know that he's not a stats guy. Ben Roethlisberger throws interceptions and doesn't throw for a lot of yards very often. Or at least didn't for a while. But Claypool was a bad matchup for Ward. I think Claypool is a bad matchup for a lot of guys. He's got a lot of physical skills. Chosen Cartel. I used to be nervous when we would have an empty backfield, but Baker's has progressed exponentially in the second half of the season. I agree. I think he's getting more comfortable. They talk about Darnold, Sam Darnold. Hope they get Darnold. He's trash. Wow, dude. If they get Sam Darnold, that'd be awesome. But who knows? I mean, you give a young quarterback, Juju and Washington and Ebron and Claypool. Who knows? I think Claypool is going to be special. He's going to be out of all the players they have on the team right now, they need to fix the running game, and they need to get the ball to Claypool more often. Darnold. Big Ben will be there next season. I agree. I think Ben's going to be there at least one more season, and Darnold's not going to want to sit behind somebody. He's not going to do the Jameis Winston thing. He will if he has to, but I don't think he wants to. So let's not try to figure out the Steelers' problems. Let them suffer. Yeah, it's fun to speculate, though. I think, honestly, it's fun to speculate. It's to think about, like, how bad they could be, and I talk about this a lot, the Bubby Brister era, the Cordell era, the Steelers had COVID positives, right? And we're still negative today. I don't know. I don't know about that. Pitt has $22 million salary cap hit if they cut him, $41 million if he stays there, and are hoping for him to retire. But he will definitely come back. He gets 12. He gets 12 to just be on the roster at the start of the season. Yeah, he's probably going to come back, guys. When you win 12 games the regular season, that doesn't and then you go out the way he doesn't want to be remembered going out throwing 4 interceptions and losing to the Browns in the playoffs. He wants to try to go out like Breeze and Rodgers and Manning and Brady. He wanted to be one of those guys, but no, we spoiled that for him. We spoiled that party, didn't we? Man, Claypool's a sore loser. Yeah, he is. Cruise up. Mind blowing. Yeah, that guy's he's just a kid. He's a kid. He doesn't know that his words have weight. And even if he's talking on TikTok or talking on Instagram or whatever, his words have weight. You're not a dude like me who has a day job and is a fan. You're a multi-million-dollar player on one of the most popular teams and one of the best teams in the league. The things that you say matter, and other grown men are listening to you that you have to go up against that want to tear your head off when you talk trash like that. So Claypool, instead of just saying, you know what, doing a classy move, being like, the Browns beat us. We didn't prepare well enough. We didn't have things go our way. But that's maturity. And that's what these guys don't have. Juju doesn't have maturity. Claypool doesn't have maturity. These guys, I mean, they're in for a rude awakening in the NFL, and you don't get that many shots at it. Like, what? I don't know what Juju was thinking, dancing on another team's logo. I can't think of any culture in the world where stomping your feet on something isn't considered a sign of disrespect, right? And I get that the logos are on the field and you play over it, but when you go over there and rub and jump on it and dance on it, T.O. was the first one that kind of did that, and it was really disrespectful when he did it, right? So Juju, I don't know what he was thinking with it. I don't know if he thinks he's trying to be cute by doing this or whatnot, but man, like not a good look, Juju. His stock went from like the darling of the league with that smile and all that stuff, and coming in and being the next Antonio Brown and just kind of taking over after all that controversy, the Fortnite stuff that he was doing, and he was starting to transition away from just being an athlete into pop culture with his TikTok stuff and everything, and just made a dumb move. Do it in the locker room, be excited after you win, all that stuff. But you don't do it on another team's logo. It's a sign of disrespect. It pisses off the players, and it pisses off the opposing fans, and he's just doing a world tour of it. Imagine going to every city and stomping on their logo and just disrespecting their team after you win. Somebody tweeted to me, like Paul Brown said, when you win, you say nothing. And when you lose, you say even less. That's it. You don't talk. You don't talk. And for Lamar Jackson and those guys in the Ravens to walk off the field after and not shake hands for the Tennessee Titans, I know that they were out for blood and they felt disrespected on their field and stuff like that. But here's the deal. This isn't the Bulls and the Pistons, right? This isn't. You guys haven't won shit. And neither have the Titans. They haven't won shit. So to sit there and be like, these are arch rivals or something like that, you guys are a bunch of highly paid babies to walk off the field and act the way you did. And I understand they felt disrespected. I get it. But I still don't think it's the right move. It's a bad look for those players. Peters, Humphreys. I don't know if Humphreys did it or not. I just don't like him in general. But Lamar just running off the field, calling his team off the field, that's bad leadership. And I said it before, and I got a lot of hate. People were calling me all kinds of names for saying that Lamar Jackson was unlikable and that he wasn't a quarterback. I still think he's a gimmicky player. Ravens fans would even agree. He's not a traditional quarterback. He's a gimmicky quarterback. He's very, very good. I think he's a very, very good player. But he's gimmicky. I don't feel like that's a traditional quarterback in the NFL. He's not like Michael Vick. Michael Vick was more of a passing. He was more 50-50. Lamar's like 70-30. And I just don't find him likable. And what he did yesterday showed the rest of the world that I was right. So screw you, Lamar, and screw you, Ravens fans. Okay, I'm off my soapbox. But let me go back and catch up here. John Dorsey, did you watch Stephen A. Smith sulk over the game? Yeah, I saw that a bunch of times, CH. Ray, John Dorsey deserves a lot of credit for where the Browns are today. I agree. I'm a big Dorsey fan. My dad's a big Dorsey fan. Adrian, one of my friends just said that that spite is a hell of a motivator, and God knows how much Hunt is stoked for this very game. Haha. I know Kareem Hunt is up for it. He's excited. I also heard if he retires, he has to pay back $12.5 million of his signing bonus. Yeah, that ain't gonna happen. You're right. Chosen cartel. He's not doing that. You're right, 100%. Who makes your Tumblr looks cool? Chosen cartel. I don't know what you mean by my Tumblr. Juju's a cancer in that locker room, so let's have him. So let them have it. Could be. Not only a sore loser, but he was sharing scheme and play calls live on TikTok. Yeah, he was. What a dumbass. That's Claypool. CH, Stephen A. sulks over everything. ESPN's staff has a job. Save for Carter and Sharp who offer good perspective. Yeah. I actually like Shannon Sharp quite a bit. He's a little bit over the top, but I like him. I like his perspective. And I was a big fan of Sterling Sharp, his brother, who was awesome. He was awesome back in the day for the Packers. You young kids may not know a lot about Sterling Sharp, but he was the man for like 2 years before he had that neck injury. Ray Dorsey was a decent player, assessor, but only had a 50% hit rate. Yeah, he did. But he hit home runs. And, you could, like Babe Ruth led the Major League Baseball in strikeouts, but he hit a lot of home runs, and people only really remember him for the home runs because he could hit it, and that's what Dorsey did. Sports commentary should be player first, not journalist first. Journalist is even a stretch. A lot of these guys are just personalities, hot take personalities. It's fair, Adrian, says CH. I just want to say how I love Jarvis is not taking shit from the Ravens, DBs, or Steelers wide receivers. I like that, yeah. But I think Jarvis needs to calm down when he's on the field. I don't like he gets a little hot-headed, and that leads to penalties in dumb times, and we don't need that. The taunting penalties and stuff like that, he's done that every year, and it's annoying me. Adrian, ESPN somehow lives in an age where they think hot takes is what people watch them for. It's what turns most people out and drives them to YouTube to watch the takes rather than stay. Yep, I agree. The only people there's not a lot of people watching ESPN anymore. I mean, you got a certain amount of population who haven't cut the cord yet. You got the population of people in airports. You got the population of people that sit in sports bars, and they got nothing to do. So instead of having a conversation, they're watching the conversation live, right? And and that's it. And that I can't. I'm just not down with it anymore. I don't like listening to those guys. I don't really care what Stephen A. Smith has to say. I understand he's paid to be dramatic and to have people make memes about him. And he watches sports. He's knowledgeable, but I don't agree with him. And for him to be like he's a Steelers fan from New York City, that doesn't make any sense to me. So I'm not buying it, Stephen A. All right, and here's the other thing. I was a Browns fan from Pennsylvania, but you look at the teams in Pennsylvania when I was growing up, there wasn't a lot to cheer for. So I get it. You can be a fan of a team and not live in that city. I totally understand. But think about the Giants in the '80s. Think about the Giants. Even the Jets had some good teams in the '80s, and Stephen A. Smith, and even in the '70s. You think Stephen A. Smith didn't grow up a Jets or Giants fan? But he's a diehard Knicks fan. Okay. Fielder drafted very well, recognized talent, but stubborn. Yep, he is stubborn, and you know what? He made the wrong call about Freddie. That was the thing that killed Dorsey. He made the wrong call on the coach. And Stefanski, what the Browns have done since Dorsey has left has been pretty incredible. And I don't think Dorsey would have worked. I don't think he would have hired Stefanski. He would have been bitter and maybe even sabotaged him, possibly. Who knows? But I like the Barry, DePodesta, Stefanski combination. That three-headed monster is doing well. And even Colin Cowherd was talking about culture today. He was talking about how, and I always watch it. Colin, it automatically came up on my YouTube. When videos play and it just plays the next thing automatically, and he's, I want to talk about the Browns, so he's just doing that. Field drafted very well. What are your thoughts on the Ravens on the logo post pick? I thought it was disgusting. I thought it was stupid and unnecessary, and they're gonna have to deal with the consequences of that in the future. I think they turned off the whole league. I mean, and I even said it at the time because I was watching that game. If the Browns did that, I'd be pissed off at the Browns. It would turn me off to the team. It makes them unlikable. How they don't understand that? Baker and Lamar have the same amount of playoff wins. That's awesome. Baker Mayfield not only breaks the playoff drought, but then in his first game wins a playoff game that nobody thought he could win, with all these things on, all the weight of the world of all this crazy stuff, and he goes out and wins a game. Respect to Baker Mayfield. Peter spitting on juice was just, that was stupid. That guy's a scumbag. Good call, Mike, but Lamar is so fast. I agree. I think Lamar is an incredible athlete. He is, but the way you beat Lamar is you get up early. You think Lamar? Let me ask you guys the question in chat, and I'm honestly curious. Could Lamar Jackson have come back from 28-0? No, they run the ball. We beat the hell out of them by doing that same thing. We got up really quick, shock and awe type of offense, and then they couldn't come back because they're a running team, and you force Lamar to pass. They don't have they have good wide receivers, not elite, although I think Mark Andrews is elite. They have good running backs, and they run the ball, and they do a lot of misdirection, and Lamar Jackson can just break things open at any given moment. But when you're playing against the clock, you can't do that. And that's how you beat the Ravens. And if anybody gets up, when the Ravens and Titans game was close, I was like, this isn't good. Because the X factor is so there. Being the best athlete on the field at the quarterback position. Trust me, I watched Michael Vick for a lot of years. It is unfair what they have with Lamar Jackson. But if you get up early and force him to make those passes that Roethlisberger had to make, you're going to beat him. Literally got knocked out of the Tyson way. Takes time to heal. Peters is a bitch anyway. Lamar is one hit away, but gives him credit for he avoids it. Yeah, I think that's what my wife was saying. She's like, yeah, at some point, like, that's going to catch up to him. That's what I've been saying for a long time. I'm not wishing it. I'm being 100% honest. I don't want to see him get injured. I hate when players get injured. I want them to beat him by scheming and being better, not by having him just get an injury. I mean, it's not cheating, but it's like it doesn't feel good. Okay, great, you beat a team or you injured a player. That's not a fun way to win. This thing, yeah, this is it's a Tervis, and it was a birthday. It was a Christmas present. It's awesome. I love it. It's got like a whole bunch of like brown stickers inside there. Um, Jake's back is multitasking. OSU and Bama are tied. Najee Harris. Looks like Devonta Smith is starting to go off. Justin Fields 3 for 5. Yeah, after we're done with the show, I'll watch the end of the game. Yeah, but after watching a game on offense, just missing that deep threat, it's hard to go on the field without it. Yep. Mike, is that a DeQuell Jackson jersey? It is a DeQuell. This is an awesome jersey, by the way. It's super. It's really really nice, and I almost never break this out, but it's one of my favorite jerseys. It fits really well. I was a huge DeQuell Jackson fan when he was here because he was just so gosh darn productive. I really liked him. I don't know what he's doing now, but much love out to DeQuell. Thoughts on Daryl Ryder? I think he's a dumbass. I'm gonna move this over a little bit so I can put it in the middle of my screen, so I'm not looking that way. I'm gonna try to look this way. I think Daryl Ryder is a dumbass, and he should never have gone on the radio and said what he said. I think that was uncalled for what he said, and he deserves all the hate that he's getting. Not hate, but all the people trolling him. And I trolled him. If you go to browniepostgame.com/merch, you should go to Brownie Postgame, look up merch. You can get the They Don't shirt with Daryl's face on it. $15. I'm not making $1 off of it. It's completely just, it's the cheapest I can make it with no profit. I just want people to buy it. I want somebody to buy it and wear it. CH, was the plan to avoid the Steelers blitz. Baker was not giving the ball holding the ball for more than 2.5 seconds. Can't get any deep that way. Wanna be famous? I'm getting spammed on Twitch with some spam. Big follows. Idiots. I can get that wide receiver envy. I get that wide receiver envy, says CH. Cruise up. Baker curse breaker. I like that. I like that cruise up. I like that. Somebody should put that on a t-shirt. I can say it now. No way, says Evan Christianer. I don't know what he was saying no way about. Probably not the Baker curse breaker. Brandon 21-0. Ray, I do not see the longevity of having Lamar. You slow down as you get older. You do, but freak athletes like that can be good for a long time. If they don't sustain any really bad lower body injuries, they can be fast for a long time. And he's built so lean and slender that, I mean, he's gonna be a Lamar like an elite athlete for a long time. So I wouldn't hold your breath on that. How far are we? How far are from the kitchen era? Stefanski's an amazing job, coach of the year. I love it. Bisef. Adrian, I don't know, Mike. I don't totally agree with you. And it's not so much that Lamar could break through the defense, but the defense's tendency to shut down when they get comfortable. Well, it's not necessarily shut down when they get comfortable. It's although that when we give the Steelers an opportunity to go down and kick a field goal with like 30 seconds after scoring that touchdown in the first half, I felt like that was going to be a problem for us, and it turned out that it made it really close. So that was a really unfortunate 3 points that we gave him. So you're not completely wrong there, Adrian. I'm not disagreeing with you, but I think it's a lot of scheming more than it is about getting comfortable, and that's more on the defensive coordinator than it is on like necessarily the defense. But a win is a win. It doesn't matter. So, in terms of like how it looks to us, and Stefanski even said it, that he had a lot of respect for us as Browns fans, newfound respect for us as Browns fans, watching the game, watching it on TV, because it's frustrating. You want to be able to, you have no control over anything that happens. It's very frustrating. So, but I think Joe Woods has done an admirable job with the groceries that he's had on the field. Let's see when he's at full strength what he can do against Pat Mahomes. Because if he can beat Pat Mahomes with this defense, then Joe Woods is a solid pick. Evan Christianer, Christian Durr. Thoughts on maybe putting a wide receiver as a spy to tackle Lamar? Gimmicky? Yeah, you can't do that. Maybe in a dime package. But even then, you're risking a wide receiver getting injured in a role that he's not, trained to be in. It's very gimmicky. We have to have faster defensive backs. That's it. Defensive backs are typically as fast, if not faster, than wide receivers, and more agile. So we have to have fast, agile defensive backs that can cover. Gonna take off, says Chosen Cartel. Keep up the good content. Go Brownies. Appreciate that, my man. Jackie Haynes is here. What's up? It was tough, but thank you, Sashi and Dorsey. Sashi died for our sins. Can you imagine having AJ McCarron and not Nick Chubb? God, you talking about Jackson has me feeling nostalgic about Joe Thomas. I'm probably a plebeian for listing him as my favorite Browns player ever. I think Joe Thomas is a lot of fan favorites. It's just too bad we couldn't put a team around him. No way Lamar comes back 28-0. You're right. What Gridiron with JD? What part do you think the Browns need to improve on the offense? And what do you think makes Njoku's future with the Brownies make of Njoku's future? I don't think David's coming back. I don't think he'll come back. I'd be very surprised. I don't know what his contract status is, but he's just underutilized, and he's going to look for another opportunity. I think the Browns are probably going to look to move him because Harrison Bryant's been productive and Hooper's legit. So Hooper's going to be the guy for our new window, and it's another one of those guys from that we drafted that didn't really work out, didn't become what we needed him to become. In terms of what I think for the Browns offense, I think we need to add depth, really solid offensive line depth, and that's it. All right, Mike, I have reported them, but you need to kick them or get mods to kick them. Yeah, no worries. I don't even care about those. They usually come in for once or twice, but they don't want to be caught as spam. I'll hop over there and mod them out. What would you say, to Chase Claypool in person after what he said? We will get clapped by the Chiefs this weekend. Great game. I'd be like, Andy. I'd say you're not. It's not a very mature take, and I think he's being emotional and he's being a little baby. And I'd look him right in the eye and be like, "You're being a little baby, and you lost and." You're salty about that, but you did beat our sixth depth chart defensive backs for a touchdown yesterday. So congratulations, Chase. Did you hear Brandon Weeden gave a shout out to the Browns? Didn't know he was still alive. Yeah, everybody did. Tim Couch, a lot of the old guys were giving shout outs. It was awesome. Carl Joseph Spy. Yeah, I don't even think Carl Joseph spying on Lamar is even a good matchup. We're still flawed there. Brandon Markovich, think we should re-sign Ogunjobi and Richardson or let them walk? Ogunjobi, I think we should re-sign them both for short-term deals. All right, going forward, having Delpit would be a spy on Lamar. Looks like a play. Maybe we get Jeremiah. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I mean, who knows about the draft? They have both flashed, but neither has been a wrecker, in my opinion. So just like Juju, yep, I agree. Yes, he's a baby, just like Juju. Mr. B. Seif. Should Stefanski give up the play call to Van Pelt? No. Adrian says, don't we already have the best O-line in the league? Any reason why you'd want to add depth on top of that? Personally, I'd like to get some good deep threat coverage after seeing Big Ben prodded. I'm saying if we had if there is a place where we could improve, it would be offensive line depth. I don't think we have to, but it's if you look at what we did, and I think this year is also an anomaly because of COVID, right? So I don't think it's not that bad if we just have injuries, but Wyatt Teller was gone with injuries. Jedrick played through injuries. Teller played through injuries. Conklin's now injured. I mean, these guys get injured, and You know, it's great. Hubbard was so good. He was so good. And that Dunn guy was awesome yesterday. His PFF score was 81. Kendall Lamb has been playing okay, even had a touchdown. But I think if OBJ comes back and he can be a role player, that's what he has to be. Just like Jarvis Landry, OBJ has to be a role player and keep his emotions at a check. If he does that, everything's good. Because he can be that deep threat, and you have to respect OBJ and just not force it to him. And I think Baker is now, the second that OBJ left, he didn't have to force feed anybody anymore, and we became a much better team. And I think everybody can agree. It statistically proves it too. Shout out to personally, I think the Steelers secondary did better than their first dairy. Maybe, yeah, Andy. Shout out to the fans who showed up at 3 a.m. to cheer the Browns at the airport. Yeah, that was cool. That was a cool video. Brandon says Richardson has another year in his contract. Larry is up at the end of this year. I don't know if we bring back Larry. I don't know. I personally would like to, but because I know that Miles is good friends with him, and that might actually help Larry that Miles is friends with him because personality and relationships go far. But Larry he's got to be more productive. One defensive end, and I thought Larry was going to have an awesome year. I thought he was really going to come out shining, and he just hasn't been that productive. Sheldon Richardson's been much more productive. I went back and actually watched some of the hype videos that I made, and it was when we got Olivier Vernon and Sheldon Richardson, and man, I was so hyped for Sheldon Richardson. And he's played pretty well. I mean, I know his PFF score is not always on the top, but I mean, he makes plays when he has to, which is awesome. One defensive end. Has to contain edge to contain Lamar, rush with a defensive end and linebacker, or only with one defensive end. Yeah, but they can just rush up the middle. I mean, he's just Lamar can. Lamar is like Allen Iverson. You can't scheme for a guy like that. He's a football genius, and he's a physical genius. You have to just get lucky almost. You can't build a defense around stopping Lamar because Lamar's the one guy in the league that does what Lamar does. Maybe you could say Kyler Murray, or maybe Tua, but not even Tua, right? So Lamar's the one outliner, and you can't build your defense just to beat him, right? So you just have to deal with it and hope that you can force him into passing situations. Either Zane Collins or Jeremiah, and then don't let somebody get over the top on you. You have to have good safety coverage. Andy Vance, the Steelers secondary team, played better because they were playing for their jobs. Steelers first team was playing for TikTok. Jarvis has been good lately. Jacob says, we were down to practice squad members in part of our O-line. Our secondary slacked because we were playing prevent, not actually playing every down. We ran out of O-linemen. Yeah, what would have happened if... Can you imagine if we would have ran out of offensive linemen? Like, we would have had to have Hooper play tackle. Can you consider doing vintage Holmgren pajama Panama Jack shirt giveaway? I'll consider it. Hola bitches, says Jake Griffin. Hola Jake. Evan LOL. Ara says Dunn looks solid on his depth with an off season, and Bill C. Depth built in, can probably project a late round draft for Bill. Yeah, maybe. Lamar owns Baker trash field. Okay, good one. Baker is 1-4 versus Lamar. You're also keep in mind that last game was very close, and we beat you guys in Baltimore. And when Ravens fans show up and they start talking trash, I just look at that as insecurity. We're not going on Ingraven vids and talking trash to you guys. We don't care. We're here to do. You can call us whatever you want. We feed off that. So Jake, keep bringing it, dude. Keep bringing it. DPJ will grow up as a stud wide receiver. We'll see. I don't know if DPJ's good. I just don't know if he's a freak athlete that you need to be. Like, OBJ is a freak athlete. Jarvis, freak. Nick Chubb, Kareem Hunt, freak athletes. Even Austin Hooper, from his body and physical size, he's a freak. I haven't seen it yet with DPJ. I think he's good. I think he's serviceable, but I don't know if he's gonna be a stud. That's just yet to be determined. CH, this is a game where we have to play slow to keep them off the field. Luckily, we're built to play slow. Yeah, don't disagree. We have to be, if we can establish the run. I know we say this all the time. If we establish the run and they can't beat the run and we get ahead, it's gonna be tough to beat us. But if there's a team that can, the Chiefs, man, are scary. All respect for them. Baker is better when you take the ball out of his hands. I don't know. Jake, I don't think so. He played perfectly well yesterday. Perfectly well the last couple games. We didn't take the ball out of his hand against Tennessee like you took the ball out of Lamar's hands and made him run. Look at Lamar. All he does is run. He barely ever puts up 200 yards passing. Vernon might re-sign for much less, especially with the injury. Yeah, we'll see. I think he's going to have some takers. CH, Josh Allen has been a huge surprise. Not sure if he could have gone through Brown Street. Yeah, I agree, CH. Jacob, Infinite 7. LOL, you didn't watch the last game. Lamar's a running back. He can't throw. Baker has proved. Be careful by saying that, Jacob. People get really offended when you call Lamar a running back. Trust me, I know. Griffin, I don't think he's a running back. But how funny was it? Did any of you guys catch the post-game interview when they interviewed Lamar and they asked him, like, we were really building this up to be the battle between, you and Derrick Henry, and Lamar's like, whoa, hold on a second. Derrick Henry, like, it was us versus them, our team versus them. We played two different positions, and I go, no, you don't. That's so funny. The media was like, it's their quarterback versus your running back. That's hilarious. It wasn't Lamar versus Tannehill. It was Lamar versus Derrick Henry. Baker has proven he can throw. Yes, he can. Are you seriously having a QB versus QB off running back versus a QB? I feel like we should try to move on from OBJ this offseason for a pick and sign a solid depth wide receiver in free agency. I think they're probably going to be listening to see what's out there, but I think they want OBJ back. And we'll see. Why is OBJ 1 versus 4 versus running back? I mean, you got to go back, man. I mean, you can live in the past all you want, Jake. We're looking in the future, man, and the future is bright for us. We'll see how it is for you. Oh, why are Ravens fans going to get hoed by the Bills? Yeah. Why are you not OSU right now? I'm not an Ohio State fan. I'm a Virginia Tech fan. I went to Virginia Tech. I did not go to Ohio State. I respect them. I appreciate them. Kind of like the Cavs and the Indians. I appreciate them from because my audience, my fan base is Ohio based, obviously, and fans of those teams. So I appreciate them, but I'm not an Ohio State guy. But I think Justin Fields is awesome. DPJ has a high floor. Lamar will get crushed. Yeah, I think he does have a high floor. We'll see. DPJ went to Michigan. I mean, the Michigan thing. I didn't go to Ohio State. I don't really care about Michigan. Once you're on the Browns, you're a Brown. Look at Steve Everett, who's one of the best Browns ever. He was like the Joe Thomas before we had a Joe Thomas, and he went to Michigan. Jake Griffin mad because bad. So why can Lamar is one of the greatest running backs? You guys are gonna get in any trouble. What is going on with chat? Why can't you stop him? Blah, blah, blah. Nobody can stop him. Like he's a specimen, man. He is a freak in a good way. He's great. He's a great athlete, a freak athlete, and he is awesome. The league hasn't really found a whole lot of answers from him. The way that you stop Lamar Jackson is very simple. You get up by a lot of points, like we did against the Steelers last night, and you force Lamar Jackson to throw. And you force Lamar Jackson, and so then you're playing against, so Lamar's playing against the Browns and the clock. And when you're a running quarterback, and you're a 70-30 running to throwing quarterback, and you're forced to drop back into the pocket, wait for guys to come open and throw, because if you take off and run, yeah, you might get 17 yards, but you also might get stuffed, and the clock is ticking away. And that's how you beat the Ravens. That's it. Jake's son called down. When has Baker had an elite defense and consistent and constant coaching, stuff like Lamar? I don't know. Are you guys getting sick of this Jake guy? I'm getting a little sick of him. Let's. I have mod tools. Put him in timeout. Now he can't talk. I don't know how long the timeout is, but we're putting him in timeout because you're ruining my vibe. I was vibing there for a while. All right. I hope the Ravens pull off a win so the Browns have an opportunity to take them on. That'd be dope. Hickamorphy. Now we can talk trash about the Ravens all we want. Also, timeouts are 5 minutes. Okay, so let's see if he waits out. He's just sitting there. He's like, oh, when I get out of timeout, I'm gonna tell you that Baker's bad again and defend Lamar. I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna wait for my 5 minutes. Oh man, that's awesome. Just put him in timeout. I didn't ban him. Jake, you're welcome back. Only love here, only love, but you needed a break. Just like my daughter, every once in a while when she has a tantrum, I put her in timeout. She comes back stronger than ever. Jake is lonely. I could see someone doing that on Quincy stream, but why would they come here? I don't know. Chubb is better than Lamar. Lamar is heading toward RG3 land. Facts multi-arch. Why is Baker overrated? He's not. I think Baker is rated. He's not underrated. He's not overrated. He's rated. And as Kevin Stefanski said, he's like a lot of people have been counting him out his entire life. So no, he simply switched to another burner. Oh, then I'll put his burner on timeout as well, or ban it. If I put you in timeout and you create a burner and you start talking trash, I will ban the burner. So, good luck with that. What type of contracts do you think we give Chubb and some of the other young guys? Chubb, we're going to give him a lot of money. Baker, a lot of money. Not Pat Mahomes money, but a lot of money. Chubb's going to be one of the highest paid running backs in the league. Have you heard of Quintrell Bishop? No. Baker, Ray, tell me about Quantrell. Sorry, my eyes. I'm looking at these little words there, and then I'm trying to so. Again, this is kind of a dry run for this new Empty Backfield show with Mike Killy. 4th best QB in the divisional playoffs. Baker's the 4th best QB from his draft. You have your opinion. AJ, if you're that dude's burner, you're gone, dude. Baker does better with hate. Yep. 4th best QB in the divisional playoffs. I'll take that. I guess I like the 4th best quarterback. Quantrell Bishop has bodies in his basement. What changes do you think need to be made for the defense? Do you think Joe Woods? It's a Joe Woods coaching problem or personnel? It's a personnel problem. We had a rough go out of it this year with some of our defensive players. Greedy being out, Delpit being out, a lot of injuries just week over week, a lot of COVID stuff. Joe Woods, I think, has done a serviceable job. We'll see when he has his team at full strength. We'll see what he does. Changes I would make on defense. We need more depth in the defensive back position. I'd like us to bring in. I don't necessarily think we need to bring in youth anymore. We need to bring in position players in their prime who want to look at the Browns as an upgrade on whatever team they're on right now, either more playing time opportunity or going to a team that's going to win, that's proven they can win, that are on the upward trajectory. So we need those guys. And guys that are like 26, 27, 28, that's the soft spot of guys I want. Defensive backs and linebackers. Rematch with Pittsburgh inside a steel cage. All right. That Jackson told Baker that he'd be a reverse quarterback. Man, that was a bad time. You can hold control and mouse scroll up and zoom in. I'm reading it on I'm reading it on Streamlabs though, and you can't do that. So I'm not looking at the YouTube chat. I'm looking at it on Streamlabs. So it's a little bit bigger, but not a whole ton. Rematch with Pittsburgh and stuff. You can check out his channel. He's funny as hell. A big Browns fan. Okay, cool. Check him out. Crazy that Dorsey built both of these teams, Browns and Chiefs. Yeah, that's a really good point, Brandon or Braden. Really good point. Dorsey did build both of the teams. Browns got an all-star team, says Anthony. Yeah, he does. Ward is a funny one for getting paid. He's had problems staying healthy. Otherwise, he should be top paid. Yeah, I agree. He's got to stay healthy. Don't get Ristano started about Ward staying healthy. Super Bowl bound for the Browns, says Lace. Lace, what's up? Great point, Aura. Lace, what's going on, man? Appreciate you being here. This is the new Monday show. Empty Backfield. All wide receivers split out wide. Just you and me talking in chat. Why are Browns fans so lame? I think this is that guy. We'll put him in timeout as well. I think it could be a burner. Seriously, what's up with Greedy Williams? Seriously, what the hell? He's got a nerve damage in his shoulder. And it might even be a neck injury as well, but I think it's a nerve injury in his shoulder, and you just can't come back from that. It's nerve. He's gonna have to like get some real treatment. That's a problem. He may not be back, guys. We're gonna have to either draft or go out and get free agency help at the corner position, and we need to have healthy guys when guys like Denzel go down. We need to have a lot of depth. Whatever happened to Demarius? Did he ever go anywhere? Demarius Randall. Seattle? He's played in 10 games, no starts, 1 tackle. 1 tackle, a couple assists. Demarius probably would have helped us. Demarius left us because he was a knucklehead to go to Seattle to not sniff the field. See Sammy Watkins taking a poop on the round. Yeah. I don't know if he was taking. I don't know. Again, guys, I don't get super sensitive about this stuff. I know people get really feel disrespected and get sensitive when players say stuff. I honestly didn't think Juju's comments were all that disrespectful. I think his tone and way he said it was what got the Browns going. But I think what he was trying to say, what Chase Claypool was explaining it, I agreed with him. I don't think he was trying to be disrespectful. I think the Browns, when he said Browns is the Browns, I really don't. I mean, he said, like, yeah, they got a couple good players, but they're not all like, I mean, it's the way he was saying it. He wasn't being like, I have all the respect in the world for the Browns. They've come a long way. They've got some really talented players, but they're just like any other team for us. We play a new team just about every week. We've had to play the Browns 2 weeks in a row, and to us, they're just another team that we got to beat, and we got to put our best foot forward. If they would have said it like that, that's a respectful way to not piss off their team and their fans. But he said it in a way that didn't. He needs to be coached from a PR perspective. I think that's what Juju's problem is, because Claypool, I didn't disagree with him, but then Claypool was like, oh, they're going to get clapped by Kansas City. So that guy's a knucklehead, man. Like, on one side, it's people getting sensitive and the media twisting words, and then the other side, he's like, but they're going to get clapped. So, what a dumbass. Could be 2020 season, but it's still the 2020 season. We'll see what happens next year. Got to get this rust bucket sent to the mechanic. Why so many trolls? Why not? you're not. Here's the thing, guys. If you're a content creator and you're gonna get trolls, it just is what it is. And I always think it's funny that they're just wasting their energy on on talking to people like me. Um, Go talk to your own fans. Build up your own community. Create a YouTube channel, and then you can talk trash all you want. People will listen, and people will be like, "Oh yeah, he's right." Um, I love how the screens are opening up our offense. I agree, Braden. I agree with you. Braden has been coming through with the takes all night, and I agree with him. I want to see more screen passes and dump offs. We are some of the best athletes on the field are our running backs, and when we look downfield and the first one or two options aren't there, just dump it off and let them do their thing, or do screen passes. How the hell did he get nerve damage in practice? He got hit. He wasn't good to begin with. Need a scud corner anyway. Randall got cut. Okay, maybe did. Love the new show, Mike. Buy the wife something shiny so she keeps letting you go. My wife she's tired. She's tired, so that's why she went to bed early. And I was like, oh, I think I'm gonna go live and talk to the fans. He was cut by the Raiders in camp, claimed by the Hawks. Why does the media hood quarterbacks? I think hold black quarterbacks to a higher standard than their white counterparts. I don't know. You have to ask the media. Talking about corners, Field just got picked. I think Justin Fields is going to be awesome. I think he's legit. But they're down 21-14. It says final, but it's second quarter, 21-14. He was cut by the Raiders in camp. Demarius went to Las Vegas not to make the team. Put in the practice squad. Seattle took him midseason. I don't think it was disrespectful either, but I'm glad the dudes used his ammo. Yes. Hickamorphy, I agree with you, dude. It was awesome. Whatever it takes. Man, Mike, I love you, bros of Go Browns. I have to go keep up the show. Thanks, Evan. Appreciate you, man. Go Browns. Hickamorphy. Claypool's not very smart. Yep, he's not. That was dumb. It was dumb for him. He keeps giving us more fodder. So in defeat, the dude's still flexing is super weird. Yeah, I agree. Why are there double standards? Wesley, I see you there, dude. I don't know. I don't have the answer. I'm not gonna solve whatever racial injustice there is in the world on this show. I don't know. I think personally, I look at people playing sports, and I love. I don't care what color you are, as long as you are playing for the Browns and winning, then I love you. And if you, I also don't care what color you are. If you're on the Ravens or Bengals or Steelers, you're on those teams. I don't like you. The media, I have no idea why they do that. They're idiots. They got to catch up with the times. It's not about skin color. It's about how you perform. Jesus. He called Robert Jackson a fish. Yeah, that was stupid. And you know what? Robert Jackson's a young guy, and to call him that, like, it's so disrespectful. Like, you got beat, bro. Chase, you got beat by a fish. Yeah, you caught a touchdown. Congratulations. You're probably going to score a lot of touchdowns in your career, but now everybody thinks you're an idiot. So good for you. You played yourself, son. You played yourself. I don't know. I don't know about that. It seems like Juju was the main focus for way too long. He didn't deserve to banny spotlight or good. I don't know what that means, Bisef. Well, it's 2 a.m. Catch you later. Mike, have a good one. Thanks, Ara. Appreciate you, man. Actually, Ara, I don't know if you're a guy or a girl. I can't remember, but appreciate you either way. American Saxon, what's up? Did the Steelers sure had their party menu down over their own playbook? Yep. George, thank God, because I'm pink. Your actual name is pink in my chat, the one I'm reading, so you're not wrong. Ray, fake news media. Chiefs are not unbeatable. Says Brandon. I agree. Christian M. Buckeyes are getting their ass handed to them. It's 21-14. It's a game. That's a game. That's not getting ass handed to them in my book. Justin Fields, 5 of 10 for 86 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions, 1 yard on the ground. Master Teague, I love that name, dude. Master Teague, 8 carries, 32 yards, 2 touchdowns. Can't wait for that guy to be in the league. Mac Jones, 16 of 18, 194, 2 touchdowns in the first half. Devonta Smith, 9 catches, 124, 1 touchdown. Najee Harris, 2 touchdowns, 1 on the ground, 1 in the air. Bro. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Still 8 minutes left in the second quarter. Going back. Alabama gets 20 yards of play. Nice to see Kareem have a great game after a couple rough games. He was fighting for those yards last night. Yes, I love Kareem Hunt, man. I love Kareem Hunt. But I am gonna get a Nick Chubb jersey before my Kareem Hunt jersey. But I'll tell you what, guys. We haven't had a lot of luck when I wear jerseys. So I've just been wearing t-shirts. And I don't know if I can go back. I'm very superstitious. Me and Mike talk about this a lot on the Wednesday show. I'm superstitious. I don't like wearing jerseys on game day anymore. And it's driving me nuts because I have so many damn jerseys. That's why I broke out the DeQuell for the Monday show. Empty back. I'm gonna wear jerseys on the empty back. Have you had Ben's tears framed yet? No, but I saw on Reddit somebody printed it out and framed it. I think that's awesome. When he was on the bench, sulking. Chiefs can't score points like the Browns, says Anthony. I don't know about that. Christian M. Kareem is going to get revenge on the Chiefs. And they were going to get revenge on the Ravens. On to the Super Bowl. Hope so. I love Kareem Hunt and his running style, says Max. I love him too, man. I love that dude. His post-game interview, they're like, yeah, I know you're from the east side of Cleveland. Where were you specifically from? And I'm like, can you just Google that, dude? Like, you have to ask him that in a post-game presser? Cheat code 27 is special. Can't wait to see his revenge next week. Yeah, man. Hopefully, we'll see. If we run the ball into submission, we take up time, we have a good chance of winning. We got to stay healthy, too. Stay healthy. Force some turnovers. Pat Mahomes is amazing, but he's human. And if you're human, you can be beat. Execute in special teams. AFC Championship game. We'll see. I'm not going to say anything that they can, clip it and show it to the Chiefs fans. By the way, interestingly enough, guys, I was actually born, and I know that Kansas City is Missouri, but I was born in Kansas. I was born in Wichita, Kansas. I lived there for about 3 months till I moved to Pennsylvania. And but my parents actually went to one of the first games ever in Arrowhead Stadium and have a plaque because my mom I think she guessed the score of a game and she won a plaque at the stadium. I think my parents still have it. But, if the world would have gone a little different, I could be a Chiefs fan. Yeah, even though, yes, I know that Kansas City, there's a Kansas City, Missouri, Kansas City, Kansas. But that Kansas City, that Wichita market is definitely Chiefs fans, I would assume. If we run the ball in the submission, we take up time, we have a chance of winning. I wear 80s attire and Bernie Kosar gear, and look at me, walking Browns history, and I love it at age 21. I love it, Saxon. Age 21, man, that's awesome. That's like, I got to see Bernie play live a few times, and obviously on TV quite a bit. My dad's played poker with him. I have a hat signed. Here. Right here. So my dad was playing poker with Bernie and got this hat signed. It might be a little bit tough to read because I have this filter on, but it says Go Browns, Bernie. Go Browns, Bernie Kosar 19. So, and it's this one. This is an old hat, old starter hat, and the Velcro, the thing on the back broke. So my mom actually made a new like Velcro thing for it. The inside of it is like super old too. The right hat, tri-power starter, but it looks really weird because it's got these like 3 segments in it. But it's kind of falling apart, but it's signed by Bernie. So it sits up there. I wear it every once in a while. Yeah, my dad was sitting next to Bernie. He was at a charity poker event in South Florida. Bernie actually lived in my dad's neighborhood for a while. When I first moved down to Florida, so I first moved down to Florida when I was 22 years old, in September of like 2002, and or maybe October, sometime around then, September October of 2002. No, I'm sorry, 2003. And so I moved down to Florida, and I lived with my parents in a neighborhood, and they live in a gated community, and they had like a clubhouse where there was like tennis courts and stuff. So every day I didn't have a job, so every day I would jog a mile to the clubhouse to get a little workout in the Florida sun in September or October. I loved it. I would jog down. I wake up, jog to work out, do a little workout in their kind of like cheesy small little gym, which is right next to the tennis courts every day. And then I'd walk or jog back home, jump in their pool, watch TV, hang out. It was awesome. I was like, this is great. This is the greatest thing ever. But then I was living under my parents' roof, and they were getting frustrated. They're like, we paid a lot of money for you to go to college. You need to go get a job now. And yeah, that I struggled with that for a while, but ended up finding a job and figuring it out. But anyway, long story short, so one day I'm in the gym, and in walks Bernie Kosar with I don't think it's maybe one or both of his or 2 daughters to play tennis. And man, he was so big. He's a giant guy, and I was so afraid. I should have gone up to him and I was just so in shock. I was like, I didn't expect it. I didn't expect it. And he actually lived on the 10th hole of the golf course. So I'd play golf with my dad every once in a while, and we'd see Bernie's house on the 10th hole of the golf course, and we'd wave. And obviously he wasn't over there, but we're like, there's Bernie's house. Wore my Kosar jersey, autographed it for me. Ain't been worn since last playoff game. That's awesome, Jackie. Love it. All right, guys. Well, hey, we've been at it for an hour and a half, coming up on an hour and a half. I want to say thank you to everybody. This is my first Empty Backfield, talking to you guys. Appreciate it. For anybody who's watching the VOD later, appreciate you as well. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Hope you enjoyed a little bit of the commentary. Sorry about some of the trolls that came by, but it is what it is, whatever. And, I want to say, if you guys like this sort of thing, I'm kind of digging it. I like talking to you guys, so maybe we'll try to make a Monday, make a thing out of it. And we'll go from there. Appreciate everybody, and we'll see you on the Wednesday show at 7 p.m. Peace out.